Hiya, it's Pat Hopper again. I'm back out working on this peacock image. The last time you saw me working on the feathers, as you can see, I've colored in most of the peacock. But I thought I would show you how to color flowers and leaves. When I upload images onto Instagram or Facebook, most people want to know how you do flowers and leaves and how you do the shading. And I think they get intimidated, but it really isn't as hard as you're thinking that it should be in your head. I think people overthink things. Wow, that was a lot of thinks. Anyway, so here I am, and I'm going to show you how to do some flowers and leaves. And I'm using Crayola colored pencils again. They're my favorite. I have others, but these are my favorite. As you can tell, like they're almost stumps I need. So for leaves, my favorite shades to use for leaves are Crayola Olive and Crayola Pine Green. So what I do for a leaf, I'm going to roll all over the place, is I put in the lighter color first, and that's the olive, and I just kind of, in the center of the leaf, where I think it's going to be the lightest, like when I look at nature, the centers of the leaves are lighter. So I put the lighter green in the center, and as you remember from my last video, I kind of go in a little swirly motion. And you can put it as far out towards the edges as you want. Don't try to get all the color on at once. You just go in little layers. And the more you work, the more it will fill in. And the darker color is the pine green, and that's I use for around the edges. And you just kind of swirl it on, like so. And you can go over the color that you put down before that, and it kind of blends together, and that gives you your shading. And then you go back down over the edges to make it darker, and that gives you your shading. So here's another leaf. And you just go around and around and around. You're probably getting bored watching the video. The key to coloring in an adult coloring book is not to overthink it, really. Like when you sit and you watch kids color, and they do it for hours on end, they're not thinking about what colors they grab and should the leaf be orange or pink or the right shade of green. Sorry about that. They just grab a color, and they don't care if they go over a line or something like that. And as adults, I think we need to get in touch with that inner child and stop overanalyzing things so much and just enjoy the moment. Okay, so there's the leaves. And for a flower, it's the same technique, if you can call it a technique. I think this one kind of looks like a pansy, so I'm going to do this purple and yellow. So I've got Crayola golden yellow and Crayola violet, and I'm going to do this flower much the same way I did the leaf. And the lighter color in first, go around in a circle till I'm satisfied that I have enough of the yellow on, and then I'm going to come in with the violet And I think these areas here should go this way. Like if you look at a pansy, don't be afraid to look at pictures on Google and Pinterest, and even on my Facebook group, Adult Color Addicts, I post pictures of nature for people to get color inspirations from. That's where you get your inspiration from. And when you look at nature, all colors go with all colors. Like nature just doesn't get it wrong. So that's what you use when you color your images in your coloring book too. And then I'm going to go back over another little layer of the violet until I get this pansy looking flower to look exactly the way I want it to. Don't try to put all your color down at once. Little layers of lightly coloring pressure and you'll get it. That's a mistake people make a lot too, I think, is they try to put all the color down at once and wonder why their images doesn't look as light and feathery and blended and shaded as other people's images. Well, if you want it light and feathery and to look blended and shaded when you haven't really done a lot of work and a lot of technique, you just put it down a little layer of color at a time, and there you have it. Some flowers and leaves. Enjoy.